You see, kripa, which is translated as grace, everything in life is to attain only that grace. In your question, in your talk, what you just said right now, you mentioned self-realized. No? Grace. What is grace? Very often, we know it as word only. But in reality, grace is everything. Without grace, even to be a human being itself is a grace. Without that grace, you will have not been a human being. In spite of being in so many lives, in so many bodies, but finally you attain a human body. That itself is grace. Kripa doesn't come just like that. Kripa, one must earn it. Because if you give somebody that grace, out of mercy, the master can give that grace, but out of mercy, can the disciple handle that grace? In a knife, given a knife in the hand of a child, if that person knows how to, let's say you give a knife to somebody, the person must have a choice how to do that, how to use that knife. No? You can take a knife and kill somebody, or you can take a knife to cut vegetable. You see, but that knowing of cutting vegetable and the knowing of utilizing the knife to kill is opposite to each other. You see, just for you to understand that grace is possible in one life itself to attain. But one have to make oneself ready to receive it. And that is the sadhana, your surrender. The true longing for that grace itself, for the Supreme itself. And if somebody have that longing sincerely, can God refuse? No, He can't. So that sincerity is not a show of the outside. Very often, we see people put a show in the outside, and people say, oh my goodness, this person is very religious. That person is very spiritual. But what is inside, that's what counts. That sincerity of you longing for God, that is not a show of the outside. It's a show of the inside which only you and the Lord Himself see. And if that is sincere, yes, you will have that grace. That's why I said, only one life, it's enough to achieve God. I was analyzing this, why so many religions stand on fear, make the people so scared to go to hell. Otherwise, you're condemned, finished. You have only one life. Like many, you all come from Christianity, You all know that. They said that they have only one life. Either you go to hell or you go to heaven. But why did religion come to that point? Yesterday itself I was thinking about, no, not yesterday, when I was traveling some days ago, coming from Asia, I was thinking about it, why some religion infuse that fear in people? Well, we can say in a very drastic way, very terrible way, yes, to control the people. But at the same time, I was thinking in deepness, there should be something deeper into that, no? Why they infuse that fear in people? But that to make one realize that there's only one life. It's true, you have only one life. You have come many times. They are not wrong in saying that you have only one life. You don't have 10 lives with you. So, see, what make them say that you have only one life and you have to do everything to attain that supreme? Meaning you have to perfect yourself. That's what language what people understand, you know. Fear is one language which people understand. Out of fear, you bring the best out of yourself. You see, if you say, when life is good, beautiful, what you become? Lazy. But when life is terrible, you are trying your best to bring the best out of you. Remember we were talking in the plane about that, you know. When life goes easy, you don't bother about it. You take it for granted. But that's why I think, but in an indirect way, they do the same thing to bring the best out of the people. Because by infusing the fear, people bring the best out of them. When you have problem in life, you have faith more. You believe more. You pray more. When everything is going nicely, you are more in relax. You are lazy. You take life for granted. So I was thinking about that. That's why some religions said that you have only one life, but you have to achieve that supreme in that life itself. And that brings the best out of you. And that nobody else will do that for you. You have to do it. Don't think that Jesus is a washing machine, but whatever sin you do, he will wash it and present you on a golden plate. Has a, you know, said that's what people think about. You know, said okay, yes, Jesus, my savior, I'm saved. Of course, you are saved. He have shown you the way. He have given you the teaching. Are you truly following that? Bhagwan Krishna have given the same teaching. But if you just sit and talk about it, it don't help. You know, you have a dirty clothes and put it here. You know, how dirty it is. You sit there and say, it is washed, it is washed, it is washed. It will not get washed. You have to take it and wash it, no? The same. Your sadhana is important. You see, grace is there. Bhagavan is ready to pour himself upon the people. Because he has placed everybody, you know, and he has given everybody. But you have to see the potential. You have to bring the best out of you. And that's what Master do, you know. The Guru see the potential and see the best in the people, which you don't see in yourself. The deepness what you have inside of you, so very often you don't perceive it. There were once, you see, very often we always ask, please give me this, give me that, give me this. But do you really need all these things? No, you don't know. You don't need. God will give you what you need, not what you want. You know, you can want so many things. You have a list. You know, if I had tell you to draw a list right now, I'm sure I will have a big book, like the Veda. Eh? But God will give you only what you need, you know. There were once a 10 years old boy. So he had an accident and he lost one of the his left arm, not one of the left arm. Well, some of them have many arms, you know. So no, then we lost one arm. There's others. No, no. He lost his left arm, but that boy had a great desire to learn. How say judo? 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 Judo. Some say judo, some say judo. How do you say that in English? Judo. Judo, whatever. It's the same, you know. Eh? So he had this great desire. He went around, nobody wanted to teach him. That it's impossible, you know. If you want to learn judo, you have to have both arms. Then he went to a very old Japanese master. And that Japanese master agreed to teach him. So he saw something deep inside of him, which nobody else could see. Only the Satguru can see that, no? So he agreed to teach him. So after 3 months, he taught him only one lesson. So after 3 months of practicing and teaching him only this one technique, of course he was wondering, you know, Master, the boy take a great courage, said, listen, do you know only this one technique? And the master said, no, this is the only technique that you need to know. Okay. Again, several months of practice. The master brought him to a, I call it, tournament. So the first tournament, second tournament, he won. Amazing. So the third tournament was a little bit more difficult, but still he won. He reached the final, he still won. This was amazing for himself. Shock. So he, on the way back, he took great courage and said, Sensei, can you please tell me, how did I won? So the master said, well, you won because you master one of the hardest judo technique. And second, to be able to counter that technique, you need to grab the left hand of the person. So, that's how you won. You see, it's not what you want, it's what you need. And God knows what each one needs, you know. And that is what brings that grace. When you are in tune with the divine at all time. And how to be in tune with the divine? But constantly thinking of Him. but being absorbed be absorbed with His divine names, no? By longing for Him, to have this yearning, you know? And that's the greatest gift which God have given to humanity. All these things outside will come and goes, you know. Today you have big mansion, tomorrow it's all disappeared. Nothing stay. And attaining that grace, that's what is important.